Welcome to the AI for Career Success video overview by Curt Robbins, where we help you get smarter than your competition. Today, we're exploring a critical safety regulation coming out of China that is set to impact the entire global auto industry. At the center of this is a design feature that's become incredibly common, the flush or concealed electronic door handle. We're going to break down what this means, synthesizing recent reporting from early February 2026, including key analysis from outlets like Bloomberg and the Wall Street Journal.
So here's how we'll approach this. We'll start by looking at the unseen risk that actually prompted this change. Then, we will examine the new safety mandate itself. From there, we'll explore the global ripple effect it's creating. And finally, we'll walk through a practical safety checklist that you can use for your own vehicle.
All right, let's dive in. At the very heart of this issue is a fundamental conflict between sleek, modern automotive design and the basic principles of safety.
You know, this isn't just a theoretical problem. The quote you're seeing is from a real driver, Amy Konichi, describing her experience after a serious collision. The airbags had deployed, and because of the high-tech door releases, getting out of the car quickly became incredibly difficult. Her story really brings home the potential danger here.
This table really illustrates the central tension. In the pursuit of a minimalist aesthetic, automakers have embraced electronic handles that depend on both power and software to function. But this introduces a critical point of failure. If a vehicle loses power in an accident, these systems can simply stop working, trapping people inside in a way that an old-school mechanical handle never would.
And when these systems fail, the consequences can be severe. Occupants can become trapped, which not only endangers them, but also critically hinders first responders who are trying to perform a rescue. Sadly, there have been reports linking these failures to fatal accidents, and that's what has prompted this new level of regulatory scrutiny. In a high-stress emergency, simplicity can be a literal lifesaver.
This brings us directly to China's response to this growing safety concern.
So, the core news here is unambiguous. Citing these safety concerns after several serious incidents, Chinese regulators have issued a first-of-its-kind mandate. It effectively bans vehicle designs that don't include a mechanical override for the door handles. Now, let's look at the specifics of the ruling. China's Ministry of Industry and Information Technology now requires mechanical releases on both the inside and the outside of all passenger vehicles. This new rule is set to take effect on January 1st, 2027, and it's going to directly impact major automakers like Tesla, BYD, and Mercedes-Benz, who all feature these kinds of designs in their current models.
This decision, however, extends far beyond just a single component or even a single market. It really signals a significant shift in who holds influence over the global automotive industry.
This analysis from Bill Russo, who founded the consultancy Automobility, perfectly captures the broader strategic implication. Because China is the world's largest auto market and exporter, its domestic regulations have the power to become de facto international standards.
What's happening is that China is no longer just playing catch-up. It's now setting the pace. Its advantage comes from what Russo calls ecosystem orchestration, the ability to develop hardware and software in parallel, not sequentially. By leveraging its huge domestic market, China can establish new safety and technology standards that global automakers are forced to adopt. And these standards then travel with Chinese exports, which is effectively rewriting the rules of automotive globalization.
So, what does all of this mean for you, the driver? Well, understanding these risks is really the first step toward practical preparation, regardless of what kind of car you drive.
Waiting until an emergency happens is just not an option. Preparation is absolutely key, and there are some proactive steps that you can take today.
Here's a clear, actionable checklist for you. First, find your vehicle's emergency door release. If you're not sure where it is, check the owner's manual. Second, make sure any frequent passengers know where it is and how to use it. Third, try practicing how to find it with your eyes closed to simulate what it might be like in a low-visibility emergency. And finally, keep a window breaker and seatbelt cutter tool somewhere easy to reach, not locked away in the glove box.
This entire development really leaves us with a critical question about the future of the auto industry. As our vehicles become more and more like sophisticated computers on wheels, we have to constantly ask, where do we draw the line between forward-thinking innovation and the non-negotiable fundamentals of safety? Thank you for joining us. This is where we teach you AI and help you get smarter than your competition. We encourage you to subscribe to the AI for Career Success YouTube channel. Please like, comment, and share this video to help us reach a wider audience of professionals like you.